If you do this, and then get stopped and checked in one of these, then there's a good chance you're going to be doing this. Walking, not driving. Almost 1,600 Saskatchewan drivers got temporary suspensions last year. They all tested positive for THC after taking a roadside screening test.
And it just doesn't make any sense.
Mike Bartlett runs a gardening store and is a medical cannabis user. He says the provincial laws around cannabis and driving are unfair.
Well, if you smoke a joint at night to help you go to bed at night, even if it's a high CBD and a very low THC, you can still test positive for several days. If you go through a check stop, it's a mandatory testing. If they don't like the way that you look or smell or act or talk, if they think your eyes are a little red, they're requesting a swab test. The police are asking if you use cannabis and you say, yes, I use cannabis every couple of days or I use it in the evenings, that's an automatic swab test. Everybody is failing.
The swab test he's talking about is what happens on a roadside stop. It checks for THC in saliva. Test positive, and this could lead to a blood test. And this is where things start getting complicated.
Daily user or the frequent user is in grave danger of criminal consequences.
Defense lawyer Mark Brayford says a blood test can measure residual THC from smoking days earlier. A user may not look or act impaired, but they'll be above the legal limit set by Parliament.
Parliament recognized that these people were going to be caught by this law, and they passed it anyway because they said we don't have good technology to deal with the fact that we have residual THC in people's bloodstreams that's not impairing them, but we don't have an answer for that.
Nice basal shots.
Mike Bartlett says the issues around how the roadside tests are administered are not going away, especially with summer camping season coming up.
All of a sudden, we've got road stops all over this province on a regular basis, and now all of a sudden you got people that are losing their RVs and their trucks and their families are on the side of the road because mom and dad enjoy a joint at night around the fire instead of drinking a bottle of whiskey.
Bartlett is not alone. He moderates a Facebook page with more than 300 members. They're calling for changes to cannabis driving laws. Dan Zakreski, CBC News, Saskatoon.